What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, my friends, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 6th day of August already. Here we are. A little bit down on the day so far, 113.9K. I've got good news and I've got bad news, okay? Good news, I think we're going to move up. Bad news, I'm not completely convinced that this is the low just yet. Say hi to Mufasa, everybody. Hi, Mufasa. He's a good boy. Oh, yes, he's such a good boy. He slept outside the last 2 days. Not because I didn't let him inside. I actually try to let him inside, and he will run away from me because he actually really enjoys being outside. He'll just come in whenever he feels like it, but he'll come up to the door and say hi and like let me know he's okay. Like if I call him, he'll come up, but then he just won't come inside. Even if I tantalize him with wet food, he'll just run away. He's tempted, but he just anyways, there he is again. Oh, he's such a good boy. 113.9K now, 22 hours, 48 minutes left in the day. We did have a little bit of a wick down yesterday all the way to about 112.6K. The good news is I think we're going to move up. The bad news is I'm not completely convinced that this is the low. We very well could go lower, but there are a lot of good things going on. Okay, we'll go over all the information, and by the end of this, you'll probably be like, so what is it? Are we going up or are we going down? And I'm going to say yes, either way, but we'll give some if-then statements to help validate the notion of what direction we take, okay? From a high here to a low, he just keeps coming back, man. From a high to a low. No, not the high to low. I'm sorry. From the low to the high. Low to the high here. We've gone below our 382 on a closing basis, which is not ideal. But then immediately the next day closed above it and had a bullish engulfing candle, which is ideal. Not only that, but you came back down and actually found support at the 382, which is very bullish. Makes me think we have higher prices in mind and that we are going to see at least something at 116.8K before going lower, if we go lower at all. That's the 236. It's very common to go to the 382, 236 whenever working your way down, something like that. Does that mean that we have to go up there before we go down? No, we could just keep going lower. We absolutely could from here. Does that mean that we go lower at all? No, we don't have to. We could find a little turbulence here, consolidate, pull back, find support at prior resistance, and then continue to move up. Like I said, you're going to be like, so are we going up or going down? I think we'll go up first, and then we'll talk about going down. Right? We're not validated in this being the low. This isn't confirmed, I think, until we close up above on a daily time frame at 116.8K or higher. Okay? I'll say it again. This low, it looks good right now. We've got good things going for it, but we do not have a confirmed low until we close above $116.8 thousand. Okay? And even still, maybe it'd be better to say $117.3 thousand. Something in that area though, on a daily closing time frame. Don't get that mistaken with today we move up and we wick there, but then we close below here. That would actually look like a rejection. That would actually up the chances that we go lower because we have the 382 support, 236 resistance, and then if we come down, that actually up those chances. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll come back out to the long-term stuff or the more immediate daily term stuff, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so 1 hour time frame here. And maybe even the 15-minute, let's see. 15-minute rejected the overbought zone. Oh, you're looking somewhat bullish. Stochastics are finding support on the 50, which is nice. I don't know. I think you got some bullish things going for you, but you're on the 15-minute time frame. I wouldn't expect too much significance here. It does look like you have a downtrend, right? Lower lows, lower highs, a little blemish here. Best time to buy. Again, guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Best time to buy is not at the low of this trend line. It's actually right below. Like, wait for the price. Sorry about that. Let me turn that down. That's loud. That's loud. Best time to buy is like you wait for the price to go below this trend line and then you buy, right? That's oftentimes the best time to buy. When's the best time to sell going to be? Well, from this high here to this high here, I wonder where the best time to sell is going to be. Potentially right above this trend line here. Maybe we go to about 114.7K, something like that, and then we come back down, right? Just like this, right? Whenever you had this trend line here from a high to this high, the best time to sell was above it. Both times was right above it. Here we are above it now, but I don't think we're respecting this. I mean, I guess we are kind of respecting this trend line right now. Maybe it's a gong. Maybe we're gong fan worthy. Let's see. Where is the fan? Fib wedge, maybe gong fan. There we go. Let's do that. We want you, and we want. Let's just take you. Yeah. Maybe. Does this have to be based in log as well? No, it's not. 1/8, 1/3. Maybe I should take it from this high. I mean, you are respecting it to some degree. I don't like fans. I think a fib fan might be better. Call me a fib addict. I don't know. It's fib speed resistance fan. I don't know if that's the same thing though. It's yeah. You're showing some significance here and there. You showed significance of the golden ratio. This is a little bit outside my wheelhouse of tools that I use, but it does look somewhat relative. I mean, maybe here we'd come up to this trend line right here, just above it, right there to 114.6K. Maybe, I don't know. 114.6K. Let's take a fib itself from a high to a low and see. 114.6K is right in the middle of that golden ratio. And to be completely fair, guys, on the note of going to the golden ratio, what we've done, and in this range, going above this trend line, going to this golden ratio, look at how perfect that would be. Okay, first off, but secondly, looking at this fib retracement here, you went to the 236, down to the 069, up to the 382, down to the 236, up to the 0.5, down to the 382. You're being very productive on the Fibonacci scale right now. The next target area, undeniably, undoubtedly, would be 114,000.5 to 114,000.7, and that speed resistance fan, the fib speed fan, had us right in the middle there at 114.6K. Maybe that's exactly where we go. Find resistance there, still promote a lower high, psych people out. Oh, we're breaking out, we're going to go higher. Just like here, oh, we're breaking out, we're going to go lower. And then we start to go down. Then we go down. That's when the real test is going to be. Do we form a higher low relative to this low down here? Or do we form a lower low, and do we go to new lows? Is that something that we see? Do we go lower than this low that we formed back here? Very possible. I'm glad that we looked at the 15-minute time frame. Actually, I'm actually pretty glad that we looked at it. Let's look at the indicators here. Stochastics look bullish overall. Actually, you're in a bullish posturing. Same thing with the RSI. You just haven't broken through that barrier yet. I don't know if you will, but we'll see. 1 hour time frame here. It does actually look like you're at an area to find resistance if we're looking at this here. Oh, maybe you come up. You've got lower highs and lower lows. It's not perfect, but you see what I'm talking about, right? Like if you just use your eyes, it kind of looks like you would find resistance right here. You could go lower, but that's a nice bounce off the oversold zone. Let's be fair. The last time that we did that, the time before that we did that, both times we went up to the 60 and even beyond, up to the 60 here. Bounced off the oversold zone here, up to the 60. Right, bounced off the oversold zone, bounced off it, you went to the 60 every single time. Here you bounced off it and you stopped right here. So I guess it's not perfect, and nothing ever is, but typically you would continue to grow, maybe a little bit more, maybe, but time will tell. 4 hour time frame here. Let's look at the indicators though, right? Stochastics also look kind of bearish. MACD looks bullish, but I'm not weighing too heavy on that. So overall bearish on the 1 hour. 4 hour time frame, I would say actually is in an area to bounce, going between the 60 and the 40. Maybe it's time to move back up. This guy just keeps coming over, doesn't he? Go Mio, Mufasa. Go Mio. Go Mio. He's a good boy. Oh, man. Stochastics look bullish, and the MACD looks relatively bullish. So bullish on really all of them. Neutral on the RSI, I would say. Pretty neutral on the MACD, but momentarily bullish. So I would think that we do continue to move up from here. 2 hours, 41 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. I would think that this candle comes up. Whoa, that was a weird breath. You guys ever do that? That's weird whenever that happens. Maybe it never happens to you, but it's like sometimes it's like while I'm talking and I'm breathing in and go, I don't even know. It's pretty odd to see a day move down without a wick to the upside. So the fact that we just moved down abruptly makes me think that we're going to move up. And then again, we haven't even looked at the liquidations. Liquidations over the past 7 days with the movements that we had yesterday. There's been some shorts that have piled on. Absolutely, there have been. We've got a little island of shorts here that we would blow through once we get to about $114.3 thousand. And that golden ratio is at 114.5 to 114.7. It might make a lot of sense to actually go up here, clear out these shorts, and then come down and clear out these longs for one final blowout. I don't know. Before moving higher. We don't have to take out these longs. There's absolutely a lot more shorts to the upside here than there are longs to the downside. But $3 billion in longs at 111K, it's very, very possible that we could go down there. And then what a shakeout that would be, man. Imagine that we have this kind of reaction here. We're showing some support, getting some wicks. We take out that low. We go below the prior resistance that we found immaculate support on. People panic. People think, oh, no, Bitcoin's going down. And then, boom, then we rip, right? I don't know, that very well could happen. Let's look at the last day though of liquidations. I mean, there's longs and shorts piled on, but there's definitely more shorts. There were more shorts yesterday, and we still moved down, so I'm not really too swayed by that. But 114.5K right there, that island. That's right at that golden ratio, you guys. That's right there. Very, very possible that we do hit that. Daily time frame here. Looking at the MACD, I like where we are in the MACD. I want us to find a bit of turnaround here over the coming days. It doesn't have to be today, but over the coming days, I would like to see us, close green and start moving up higher. We could scoop this 0 and find support at this 0, having the MACD cross green and all those things, moving up higher. It'd be really nice to see. If we're looking at this on the stochastics, we're at a really good area to bounce. Stochastics have crossed up into the band. This is a bullish look. Typically, not always, but typically, when you go from oversold, you go to overbought, oversold to overbought. Then you go oversold, and we should be getting overbought. That's my perspective. That's my opinion. But we are pointed down right now, which is not good. So today, tomorrow, the next day, whatever, we need to see some upside life, some movement here pretty soon. Weekly time frame, or no, we didn't even look at the RSI yet. RSI with yesterday's price, I mean, we're in a bit of a downtrend. We could go lower. We could go lower, but the fact that we rejected the overboughts or oversold zone, came up above the 40, I don't know. I like the idea of us going higher. I like the idea of it. Doesn't mean that we have to. And we're moving down actually right now as I speak. We're actually in a bit of a free fall. Let's see, 113.6K. Let's see. Where could we go from here? Low to high. 8 minutes left in this 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I bet we hit that 382 and we bounce right off of that probably. Probably. Doesn't mean we have to. I mean, we could skim it here even, but I bet we go right there, even just below it. Let's see. Let's see if this happens right now. If I'm right, we should be moving up like right now. And we could go a little bit lower, but it should happen like right here. And this should be a wick to the upside. Or I guess it'd be a wick to the downside, but a move up from here. Very fast. Very, very fast move. But we've got 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't want to wait here this whole time, but I do. I'm kind of trying to show off right now. I'm showing off for my friends, Mom. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Right? You see it? You see it. Yeah. Woo-woo! And your card is 7 of hearts. I don't know. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, right? But that was nice to catch on camera, right? I like to do that sometimes. Watch by the time I'm done with this video, we're just plummeted down through the ground. Oh man, that'd be funny. And it probably keeps moving up, right? We have a lot of time left in this 15-minute time frame. Anything can happen, but right there, that 382, pretty classic support area actually. I wonder, what did we do here with this one? Low to high, right off the 0.5. Yeah, look at this one, right? You opened it, you came all the way down. You probably, just like this one, moved down fast with not a lot of volume, and you had a lot of time left in the 15-minute candle, then you reversed it, probably. Probably that's what happened. Back to the daily time frame, though. Looking at the RSI, somewhat bullish. Depends on what we do today, I suppose, as far as closing goes. MACD is definitely in a bullish area to find support. We bounced off this area last time, but we still could go lower. But that doesn't mean that we can't bounce soon enough. I think either by the end of this week or sometime next week we'll be bouncing. Weekly time frame here. No. Stochastics also, we need to keep moving up if we want this to look good. If we do start closing days red, we start closing down, that would look, I suppose, bad, not good, because then we're getting into the oversold zone, out of it and back into it. That's not good. That's what we see when we're doing bullish things. We want to see this when we're doing, we don't want to see that to the bearish effect, right? Weekly time frame here. The thing I don't like about the weekly RSI is that we got into the overbought zone and rejected it. We got into it but did nothing with it here. This is very uncharacteristic of Bitcoin. I think this is like the third time in Bitcoin's history that you got overbought and you didn't see some kind of continued growth for like 6 to 7 weeks. We are at the 60 area, which is a nice area to find support, and maybe we do. We continue to move up from here. I don't know. Things look good on the long term. Just in the short term, we're a little bit skeptical. I do believe that we have higher prices to go right now. I think we will see prices above 114.5K, and then there's a strong possibility that we could still go below 112K, even as low as 111, 110. I'm not completely convinced that we go down there yet, but some kind of reaction, depending on what we do here, some kind of reaction below the 382 if we were to close a day below 113K, 112.98K. We likely would continue down to 110K, if not lower, down to 107 or something around there. I'm not anticipating that personally, but time will tell. We'll see if that changes. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Looks like it came back down, so maybe my magic trick didn't work out, actually. We'll see. 4 minutes left. It could happen, but I'm not going to bore you for another 4 minutes, so take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.